and maybe he comes out differently. But if I was to put my money on it, I'd say it goes pretty much the same way.
Two best boxers in the world fighting for the undisputed heavyweight championship.
First time this century.
Wow.
Can I be any better? Can I do any better? I can be more focused, less clowning, and I think that's enough. You know, maybe if he chucked that punch, hit me with 100 times and maybe not done any damage, but you know, the one time it did, and that's it. That's all she wrote.
The unification bout of the century is only a few days away, and the boxing world is abuzz with excitement and anticipation. Looking forward to witnessing the crowning of the next heavyweight king of the world. With an event of this caliber, it is no surprise that the whole industry seems to be captivated by it, including the well-renowned analysts and combat personalities such as Frank Warren, who thinks that this time it will be his man who will triumph, even though this battle will be anything but serene.
I don't think it's going to be easy, but I think he can win it. You know, I'm not going to disrespect Oleksander Usky. He is, according to a lot of people, the best heavyweight of his generation, which is brilliant.
Recalling the events of the previous fight, Frank claimed that this time around it will be even bigger than the first one, based on how not only is this one of the best unification events in the history of the sport, but also because the fans want to witness an epic conclusion.
That fight's first time round was the biggest fight of the 21st century in the heavyweight division. I just keep using the word fabulous. It was a great fight. It was just a sensational fight. And they're going to do it again. And this time round, I think it's even going to be better.
Being optimistic about the bout, Frank ventured into detail about how a win in this fight would forever solidify Tyson's positioning in the sport, because at this point, Usyk is crowned as the best fighter in the heavyweight world. So to beat him will be a major landmark for the Gypsy King.
Which is brilliant, because if Tyson beats him, he then becomes the best heavyweight of his generation. I wouldn't disrespect him at all. He's done everything that's been asked of him. You know, as an amateur, as a pro, he's undefeated. All the doubters, a lot of the journalists were saying that Usyk is now up there with all the legends of the sport. The Muhammad Ali's, the Fraziers, the Foremans, the Joe Louis as being one of the greatest, and certainly the greatest of his generation. And I'm pleased they've said that, because when Tyson beats him, no one can debate the fact that he's beat the best of his generation, which will make him the best of his generation.
Addressing the myriad of comments about Tyson being unprepared for this bout, Frank vehemently reassured the fans that for the past couple of months, Tyson Fury has been relentlessly training and sparring in hopes of countering everything that Usyk throws at him.
Tyson is in tremendous shape, both physically but more importantly mentally. He's in a good position, and he's ready to go, and I really do think he's going to do the business. He very rarely blows up in weight these days. He's constantly in the gym, and he's got his game plan. There is no smarter guy in boxing when getting in the ring than Tyson. He's got a fabulous boxing brain. He's shared 12 rounds, ups and downs in that fight, so he knows what he's got to do. He knows better than you, me, or anyone what he's got to do. I know what he's got to do. And the thing is can he do it? And I think he will do it.
However, being the former and the last undisputed heavyweight champion that the world has seen, Lennox Lewis thinks that even though Tyson has been a beast in the gym for a couple of months, he still needs to refine certain aspects of his fighting style in order to take down Usyk.
No, it's not as simple as that. He does need to make some adjustments. If he didn't make any adjustments, then he would lose the fight again, so he would have to make some adjustments to win the fight.
However, not undermining Tyson in the least, Lennox emphasized that for a fighter like Tyson, there are many stages, and the current one seems to be a low one, something that Tyson will give everything to change in the upcoming chance at redemption.
But for Tyson, you know, he can look back at the fight. He's an up and down fighter where, you know, sometimes he's down, sometimes he's up. Right now he's down, but he's pretty focused on getting back up. So he needs to go in there and, you know, get the job going, get working from round one.
Lennox also shared his rather distinct views about many of Tyson's recent decisions surrounding him, keeping the same team around and allegedly following the same strategy that he had the last time in May.
No, I don't think he wants to give too much away, and I think we're going to get a different Tyson for this fight. I think he realizes, you know, what he did wrong in the first fight. If he's happy with the team, if he's happy with his team, and he feels very positive with them, then it should be a good outcome, because you have to have a good team with you, and you can't make it without a great team.
Believing that Tyson has the potential to uphold all his promises, Lennox stated that if Tyson enters the ring with a resolute game plan and a focused kind, then he can persevere against the Ukrainian Devil.
So he definitely has to go in there with a focused attitude and being able to throw a lot more punches.
Seemingly taking this advice from a legend to heart, Tyson vows to be more focused this time with very little time sparred for his usual silly gimmicks. Counting on his sheer size and strength to lead him to a spectacular victory, Tyson believes that this time around he will be the victor, taking the belts home once again.
Be any better? Can I do any better? I can be more focused, less clowning, and I think that's enough. Maybe if he chucked that punch, hit me with 100 times and maybe not done any damage, but, the one time it did, and that's it. That's all she wrote, really.
Meanwhile, Usyk has also pledged that he will not let Tyson saunter in and get the titles, because based on the strategy of the vicious fighter, he is ready to annihilate his opponent once and for all, while still chanting his mantra of not leaving him alone on fight night.
I say, not run. Don't be afraid. I will not leave you alone again.
Sharing the same enthusiasm as his fighter, Usyk's promoter and close ally, Alex Krassyuk, expressed his gratitude for getting a chance like this, stating that for them to grace the stage at one of the most publicized areas in the world for a highly coveted unified title is like a dream come true for any fighter.
You mean the result, the outcome? Well, we've seen the first fight. That was, a fortune for any boxing fan to see the fight of that magnitude. Two best boxers in the world fighting for the